shock me at all to see Tiger very much in the mix again on Sunday afternoon.
And it's one-way betting. So if I'm an odds maker and I start getting Tiger money, just lower it.
Yeah.
Make up the else.
They're going to bet it anyway.
Yeah, they're going to just play it safe. If I'm an odds maker, obviously you like the juicier odds. But he did win last year. He knows the course. There are things there to think he could win again. Obviously, all the history there. All right, Bear, thanks so much. Recapping best bets, 2, 3, and 1 last night. We joked about Jordan's push a little bit ago. Schwimmer with the Hornets, wire to wire on the road at Detroit. Preston got there late flurry in the second half, got there on the over. And, man, my Hawks, they were winning a lot of the game. Up or down 5 with about 20 seconds to go, and they gave up 4 free throws, so I lose by a hook. Down 1.4 units on the week, down just under 0, but above 500 for the month so far. Okay, we turn the page. Preston, you had one of the winners for us last night. What's your best bet tonight?
I'm going with San Diego State, minus 15.5, I believe, most everywhere now. And I project this out to be 19. So pretty big discrepancy. I'm going to look to bet it. There's nothing I see that would keep me away. And when you ultimately talk Aztecs basketball, you think defense, teams that haven't been able to do it before. And for all I know, they won't be able to do it in March. But one thing we need to recognize is this is a little bit different San Diego State team. They're elite offensively. They rank 11th in adjusted offensive efficiency. They shoot the three ball nearly 39% this season. They have shooters. This is stuff offensively they haven't had in the past. So when they've had the defense, they haven't been able to score in the tournament. I think this is a team that might be able to do it. And this spread, I know 3 games ago they just beat New Mexico by nearly 30 on the road. It seems too easy. I'm just trusting the numbers. This is a good Aztecs team that normally maybe get, that you can grind them down with defense in a game that's double digits like this because they've never had an offense before. Now they have one. I got to lay it.
And you say maybe they're going to overlook New Mexico, but they're the only undefeated in D1 hoops. They're kind of still vying for that 1 seed, so maybe no reason to maybe have that letdown spot. All right, let's slide in Jordan here. He of the disappointing push last night. Jordan, what do you got tonight?
I love Philadelphia at home. I'm going to say by a comfortable margin. It all comes back to Joel Embiid. And when he is dialed in and mentally focused, Doug, he is as talented and as tough a matchup as anybody in basketball. Right now, I think he looks at this, as does Brett Brown in Philadelphia, as an opportunity against a contending team, the Clippers, before the All-Star break to get right and send a statement to the league. I was against Philadelphia on the road against the Bucks, right? And I think now you see Joel Embiid being upset. He's angry. He wants to come at somebody. He's done this to the crowd twice, to a home crowd that has been jeering him. He's also someone that when he's motivated, as we talked about all year, he is probably the hardest center to cover in basketball, maybe the biggest matchup nightmare in basketball. So I think Philadelphia at home, where they're 24-2, best in the league, I think they roll.
And you alluded to it, maybe the sub-tweeting with that Instagram post last night. All right, last night, Buck Daddy had a bad beat as well. He had Montreal. They scored 2 goals within a few minutes, and they didn't score again. They lost 3-2 in overtime, so that was a tough one. Here's the Puck Daddy with his best bet for tonight.
All right, best bet of the night. I'm taking the Vegas Golden Knights on the money line, minus 145 over the Minnesota Wild. I like the fact that Wild Bill William Karlsson is coming back to the lineup for the Golden Knights for the first time since January 14th. Vegas 3-1-1 since the All-Star break. Marc-Andre Fleury at 2.25 goals against average in his last 4 games against Minnesota. The Wild have been playing well, but I'm making the best bet, the Golden Knights on the road against the Wild.
All right, so you'll lay the buck 45 there. Let's now bring in Joe Fortenbaugh. Joe, what do you got for your best bet?
Wake Forest +2 over North Carolina. The Tar Heels have lost 3 in a row, and it's that last one I want to focus on because we all saw it. Saturday night, biggest game of the season. You're hosting your hated rival, the Duke Blue Devils. It took a miracle at the end of regulation for Duke to force overtime. It took another miracle to win that game in overtime. You could almost see the souls of the UNC fans floating out of the building at the end of the night after they lost that game. How, Doug? How is North Carolina going to get up for this game tonight against Wake Forest, who, by the way, while they've been struggling this season, they have covered the spread in 6 of their last 7. They're a better team in terms of three-point shooting. They're a better team in terms of adjusted offensive efficiency. Shout out Ken Pom. I'm going to take Wake Forest +2 tonight over UNC.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. As soon as I was watching the end of the Duke-Carolina game on Saturday night, I checked my phone to see who each team's playing. We touched on it yesterday with Florida State. I think it's even more pronounced with North Carolina just because that was their season. They're under 500. They're not going to the tournament unless something crazy happens the rest of the way. Wake playing much better as of late, as you mentioned. So I don't think they're up for this game, they being UNC. I think Wake wants it, and LaFonso Ellis said on the show yesterday he expected Duke to fade the last 10 minutes of the game. So I thought about a first half, but I'm going to play the full game here. I'm with you, Joe, and we've done well when we're on the same
Mind
best
meld.
bet. So let's
Mind
bring
meld,
it
baby.
home again as well. At the desk with Bear, you're nodding a little bit. You like Wake?
I do. You would expect Carolina to be a little emotionally drained and let down coming off of that Duke game the other night.
All right, let's hope we're all seeing things well. What about you? What do you got for your best bet?
On a night with college hoops and hockey, where else am I going to go? Indoor tennis.
Of course.
With a couple of big servers on the hard court in New York. Kevin Anderson, former top 5 player in the world, getting his game back, getting back into tennis shape, and he should handle the guys who are playing on the Challenger circuit. Ugo Humbert, the big server who won at Auckland. Remember, he upset Shapovalov just prior to the Australian Open. He should handle his opponent as well. And David Goffin is a top 10 player in the world. He's struggled with Haas in the past, so I think that might keep this number down a little bit. But their two careers have really diverged over the last couple of years. So Goffin should get the win. That three-player parlay is about 108.
All right, that's solid. Few players I've never even heard of, but that's okay. The more important thing is you've heard of them, and we bring it home for that minus 108 parlay. Little would you rathers coming up. Couple mid-majors in the top 10 have similar odds to win it all. Dayton and San Diego State. Who would you rather to bet to win it all in this wide open season?